Hey everyone, welcome to my live today. It is so great to see you and everyone that is attending here live. I have the chat open if you want to say hello to me. And if you're watching the recording, you can also just leave comments below uh, after it's recorded and it's just there for you to watch anytime. So welcome. We're going to talk about why more certifications aren't fixing your coaching business. Before, though, I talk about this, I want to just pre-frame this because I want to say that I love certifications. And coming from someone who I have my own certification program, right? And I used to be a certification mentor and trainer at EFT Universe or EFT certification. I'm speaking to you from a place of being a former certification junkie and actually loving training and learning more, like learning new skills and adding on modalities that I want to learn about, professional development, deepening my own understanding of my work. These are all really important things in our profession as coaches. But what we're going to talk about today is something a little different because it has to do with using certifications, training, taking more courses as a way to what I call procrasti-learn. Okay. Procrasti-learning. Have you ever heard that term before? It's pretty funny, huh? Yeah, it's just like it sounds. So if you are taking more courses and getting more training and certifications as a way to feel ready to start practicing, start coaching, start your business, whatever your business is. If that's the case, then you might be procrastinating. And here's how it can show up because it can sound like, well, if I could just have, more training, then I would feel ready. Or if I just need to know more. When I know more, then I'll feel ready to fill in the blank, whether that's start coaching people or start posting on social media about my business or go out there and start networking and talking to people about what I do and sharing my gifts and my talents with the world. Right? So if that's how it's showing up for you, then you might be avoiding taking actions that will actually put you in a position to be seeing clients, be doing your work. And this sometimes feels reasonable. We talk about the inner child all the time on this channel. And so when it's coming from the inner child part, which can sound like a very reasonable adult, the inner child is the one who is feeling unsafe, feeling safe about being visible, about moving forward, about working with others, about, anything that has to do with moving outside the comfort zone. And the inner child can sound very convincing. It can say, we should really probably just, spend a little more time practicing. We need to probably, be a little more proficient, or oh, we just need to get one more training on this, or we need to go deeper on this. And it could sound reasonable, but it's actually a protection mechanism. And it is stopping you from actually experiencing what it's like to work with clients or to step into that next level in your business if it's not clients, whatever that is for you. There's a reason why this is happening. And it shows up a lot of times as, like I said, it's logical, it makes sense. Maybe even it's exciting. It probably is a really good training and it really is a good course. And you may very well should take this course or this training to help you professionally. But what I tell people a lot of times when I'm talking to them, say about joining my own training, is, you want to make sure that if you're going to do this, you're going to be also working in your business at the same time because it's the experience of that moving energy. Like you've got to actually put something out. You've got to give something in order to get something, right? And so a lot of times people are waiting. They're waiting to jump in and get the clients to do the work that will move the needle in their business. But if you're waiting, then you're going to stay in that perpetual waiting, and then you're going to attract more things that will make you wait. And so the key is to move forward while you're getting more training. If you're going to do that, great. If you want to get more certification stuff, do it, right? Do it because it's good. It's good for your professional development. It may give you deeper insight into your own healing too. But don't stop what you're doing or don't put it off. So do the work in your business while you're getting the trainings, while you're taking the courses. I've done this myself, you guys. I've done this myself a lot. And putting off, the things I know I need to do in marketing, in like taking the next level step in my business, showing up differently and thinking, well, I just need to figure it out. Do you guys relate to that at all? Like, I just need to figure this out. If I could just figure this out, then fill in the blank. Then all this good stuff is going to happen. Again, that's another trap. It's another way to stay stuck, and it's a protection mechanism. It's a total protection mechanism. So if you all have any questions, I can see there's some people here live. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. I see somebody's here, but I don't have my oh, hey, it's Evan. Hey, Evan. Nice to see you. So I have a free masterclass coming up that I'm going to be going deeper into these topics, and it's going to be launching soon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the waitlist link here, and if you want to get on the wait list, and then we'll notify you whenever that opens up, and you can definitely join my free masterclass, and we'll go deeper into these topics. So the thing is that, whatever it is you're trying to fix with more certifications, the way to fix it, instead of trying more certifications, is to actually go to the inner child and to find out, why is this not safe? What about this situation in the present reminds me of the past? The inner child's always responding to the present moment from the past. So there's something in the past. The situation seems familiar, even though it doesn't make any logical sense. The situation is familiar enough, the circumstances are familiar enough that it's triggering a response from the inner child, and the inner child doesn't feel safe. So the inner child is trying to distract you, is coming up with all sorts of reasons in order to keep you from moving forward and protecting you from whatever that perceived danger is. And what I want to tell you is that while it's really beneficial to keep learning, and it really is good for your professional development, you want to make sure that when you're doing these courses and you're doing these trainings, that you're also really aligned. You're really aligned with your goals. So if your goals are to have a coaching business, or if you're already in a coaching business and maybe you want to change your business model, or you're going to try something new, maybe you're going to move from doing just privates to creating more courses or having groups or memberships or something like that, then you want to be really aligned with this goal. And a lot of times what I'll see is when you might be really comfortable with one area of your business, say you're really comfortable with seeing private clients, for instance, that's comfortable. And you're not getting any resistance around that. But the minute you start to change what you're doing, say all of a sudden I'm talking about maybe starting a membership, and that's a completely different, dynamic than one-on-one coaching sessions. And something about that might make the inner child feel really uncomfortable. Well, how am I going to control all those people at once? The inner child says, I can't regulate like a whole group of people at once. Maybe I could regulate people one-on-one. That's easy. But this idea of this whole big group, all of a sudden, what are going to the expectations on me? And, how am I going to be? Am I going to get overwhelmed? And so these are really common things that come up when we change the way we're doing things. Maybe we want to scale, or we want to switch our systems or our business model. Maybe you want to delve into something new. Maybe you want to actually add an entirely new modality to your coaching practice. Maybe you want to do affiliate marketing, something different. So these are really common scenarios in which the inner child can show up and create resistance. And specifically, there's a lot of different kinds of resistance, but procrastinating learning is really, really common. And it can be really subtle. You know, it could just be like, well, and it's funny because I hear this a lot. People will talk to me and they'll say, you know, maybe they want to start up my program and they want to do the inner child work. And then they say, well, but you know, I really need to, I'm so overwhelmed and I really need to finish this other stuff first. So I need to finish my other course first or whatever it is. And it's funny because it's actually the inner child that's overwhelming you in the first place and like stopping you from finishing those things. So you see how that can happen is the inner child can jump in and sound like an adult and sound reasonable, but perpetuate the state that you're in. Because again, they still don't feel safe. They don't feel safe and they're responding to the present from the past. So, like I said, I'm going to go a lot deeper into this topic in my masterclass. I would love to see you there. And I've got a link here in my chat. If you would like to join the waitlist, I will promise that I will, as soon as it's available, it's open, I'll send you an email and I will announce it. And you can join then. So I hope to see you there. And thank you all for being here. I'm just going to stay for just a second and see if any of you have any questions. Is there anything, you have anything specific coming up for you right now? Are you relating to what I'm talking about? Are you procrastinating learning? It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, I'm a former certification junkie, procrastinating learner, and no judgment. There's no judgment because it's keeping us safe, right? It's keeping us safe. And it's okay that we've been doing this as a way to stay safe. If you have any questions for me, you can pop them in the chat. Sometimes this chat is a little delayed. Well, that's all I have for you today. It was just a real quick pop in and just introduce this topic. I do hope to see you more if this resonated with you. You know, if I piqued your interest, then I definitely want to see you in my masterclass. You can also explore all the other videos on my YouTube channel as well. And thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.